So I've been doing some additional testing after my last video I did about the massive vaccination I got in April 25th, 2021. But I haven't captured what the high red blood cell count is. I know it's somewhere around the 6 range, but I don't know exactly what it is. And it used to take a period of about 6 months for the high red blood cell count and a low red cell count to cycle. And it looks like the cycle is getting shorter and maybe minimizing too. It doesn't look like it's throwing that far into the low range of 5 and possibly not that high of a range in 6. It seems as if it's getting better, but I really don't know. I gave a blood donation here to try and reduce the number of red blood cell counts in my body, and it seemed to work. But the doctors advised not to doing that because they think my body is calling for the red blood cell count to help my body, like I have some kind of disease that I don't feel is present. So doctors don't think that the people tried to kill me with a massive vaccination. They're not accepting that as a condition. So kind of on my own on this. And I did witness a syringe the size of my finger going into my arm. And most of the syringes are smaller than the size of a pencil. I had the vaccination in my vehicle when I was sitting in my car, and I'm left-handed, so I requested it being injected into my right arm, so they had to reach completely in front of me with the syringe. And I witnessed them sticking it in my arm. You know, I watched them stick it in my arm. I'm not the kind of person that looks away from what they're doing. I can accept the fact that a needle is going in my arm. I actually kind of like to watch it, to tell you the truth. But it's like no one believes me that they tried to kill me with a massive vaccination. But my red blood cell count is getting closer to the normal range. What I'm finding on the internet for normal red blood cell count shift in a period of a year is between zero point 0.2 and zero point 0.5. And that's generally in the entire period of a year, where my red blood cell count is seeing a shift of 1 within a period of 6 months or less. I do feel a little bit of lightheadedness from exercising and working out when my red blood cell count is depleting. It's just something that you can notice. It's not that difficult of an issue. I don't know what other complications could be associated with a massive vaccination. I was actually really very lucky to survive this. Like the second or third morning, I knew there was complications with this vaccination, and I almost couldn't wake up one morning. It took me 3 times to try and get up out of bed, and I couldn't move my body. I tried to get up out of bed. My body just wouldn't respond to me trying to do things. My body would just lay there. And so the first time I kind of wondered, what's this? Am I dreaming? And then the second time, no, I'm awake. So I tried second time. I didn't get any further than my first time. And I don't know if my eyes were open or not. I can't, it's hard to remember that type of detail, whether you remember if your eyes were open. But I tried to get up the third time. And, it's just a normal thing when you wake up. You just try and get up. I'm going through these complications trying to get up out of bed, and I'm not moving. By the fourth time, I was able to get out of bed. I was able to start moving my body, but it was like completely different sensation. Nowhere near normal. And I feel as if I had a stroke from that. I had memory issues. I couldn't do math. And it just, short-term memory was a real issue, just trying to remember if I did something just like a couple of seconds ago or 5 seconds ago. And it was a pretty big issue for about a week or two. It slowly improved, but I still feel as if that is still an issue for me. I still have complications I think are still associated to short-term memory, but it's just something you have to cope with. And I don't know. I just don't understand why there's members in society who think they need to control the faces that they see in this world, and all these wars that are going on all over the place, and trying to get people away from our country, doing social selective social weeding, or what would you call that? Being socially selective on the faces that we see in our society. I don't know. It's just wars and the faces we see in society. It's just, I don't know. I'm kind of a person who believes in commingling, cohabitating, and coexisting. I just don't understand systems that aren't based on that. Well, yeah. Okay. Just thought I'd give you guys an update on the conditions I'm going through. Bye.